Testicles. Lord Jamar fires off on Fat Joe after the comments on Math Hoffa. Call it God's work, not the hard work. Double tap the screen on the way in the door. You already know what we here for. You know what I'm saying? Rabbit hole. All right. Tonight I got a video we doing at 6:30 on my channel. We're gonna get it done on Mac Mean True Story. Salute to everybody that's here right now. You know, can you have hip hop today as we know it without Puerto Ricans? Can you exclude Puerto Ricans from hip hop? You know what I'm saying? That is Sunday. I must tell y'all the truth. You know what I'm saying? I am an ex-pimp. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it is the truth. You know what I'm saying? We monetize around here, baby. Keep the curses out of the chat today, man. You know what I'm saying? By default, man. By default, man.
Perk 30, I just popped out Perk 30.
Whole lot of racist jargon going on around here. A lot of, you know, I think that these conversations definitely open up the door for the closet racists. You know what I'm saying? But can we have hip hop without Puerto Ricans? Mac Mean is going to talk to you. This is Math Hoffa's video. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Math Hoffa for somebody said that the video was gone, but doesn't seem like it's gone because I'm right here showing y'all the video. You know what I'm saying? So let me give y'all my take on it. I purposely didn't cover this for a couple of days because I want everybody to show their colors and who they are. You know? Now this is the video right there. You know what I'm saying? Grand Rising, everybody that's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you're missing the wrench, I will be putting the wrench back on. But let's go. Because they make it seem as if Fat Joe was racist. I didn't actually hear it, so here we go.
Puerto Rican and black? That's a sick shit I've been saying.
Okay, here we go.
Sometimes
double tap the screen on the way in the door or go to the top right and hit the 3 dots. You know what I'm saying? That's where the like button is at.
that's a sick shit I've been saying for years. And the shit just go,
It is hard for them to understand. You know what I'm saying?
Trinidadians, Jamaicans, Guyanese.
First of all, let's start.
Man, Chuck, what's good, bro? If anybody missing a wrench, I'll be putting the wrenches on right now. I had took all of them off the other day, so you know.
Let's start by this.
Each other.
Let's start
on this channel. My other channel, the big channel, still saying
these rumors were made by radical black racists.
Okay, this is where we're gonna have a problem at. The phrase, you know, a lot of people got caught up in that phrase, the racist black, you know what I'm saying, radicals, FBA. Do y'all think that they are a radical black group? A lot of my people do think that, you know what I'm saying, but we're gonna get to it. That statement that he made me go look at how they were created, FBA, what it stands for, what is it really, you know, and just to see why he stands so firm on that decision, on that opinion. Please don't time nobody out in the chat. The link is open for anybody. This is gonna be an open discussion today. Anybody can join the panel. If you hit that link up there and it doesn't work for you, then go to my community board. That's where it's at. Double tap the screen and go to the top right and hit the 3 dots. Type 1 if Lord Jamar was the wackest nigga in the crew. I agree with that statement because Lord Jamar wasn't on none. Salute to Lord Jamar. But I did like Lord Jamar and Brand Nubian.
But now,
but arguably, he probably they say that he was one of the weaker ones. But today, he's one of the most relevant from them.
This nigga might be like trying to get lit, trying to.
But I don't know one Lord Jamar song. You know what I'm saying? Except for just the joints for Brand Nubian.
Say anything.
On a side note, I hope everybody have a good Christmas tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? A lot of depression and shit going on out here during this time of the year. You know what I mean? I say jingle balls, jingle all the way.
Fuck all y'all angels to me. That bitch ass nigga touched me and he shouldn't have touched me like that, and I whooped that trick. I don't give a fuck and I beat it.
That's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Now, allegedly, you know, Africa Bambaataa is mixed too.
It comes from a tribe.
Right.
It comes from a group of people that hate everything.
Don't forget, you know what I'm saying? I will troll Bronx. I mean, it's hard for Bronx people, man, including black dudes from the Bronx that's hip hop, to accept, you know what I'm saying, some of the shit that they be on, because yo, we was too mixed up. I went through that shit in Rikers Island, going up north, you know what I mean, mixing up with some of y'all Brooklyn dudes and Queens dudes, and you know, salute the other boroughs. But y'all wasn't rocking like the Bronx. Y'all was real separated. You know, the Puerto Ricans over here, the black over here and shit. Not in the Bronx. In the Bronx, we all was with each other. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? I understand the bigger argument and the bigger conversation, but we'll go in. We'll get there. We'll get there. Because black people feel like everything that we do, you know what I'm saying? You got some motherfuckers trying to steal it. That's how black people feel. In general, that's how we feel. But we talking about hip hop, and we talking about New York, Bronx specifically, for me. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know, most black people argument is, yo, they trying to steal everything. They stole rock and roll. They stole this. They stole that. You know what I'm saying? But we not trying to steal salsa. We not trying to steal merengue, bachata, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's African drums. You know, we're not saying, okay, that's our shit, you know. It's hard for us in the Bronx to really entertain too much of this conversation. Let's double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. The StreamYard link is at the top, man. If you want to join the link, let's go.
Fuck all y'all agents to me. That bitch ass nigga touched me, and he shouldn't have touched me like that.
Whole lot. He a lot of pain in the black community, man.
Pain. Oh man, I ain't worried about jail, man. What you sound like a bitch.
A lot of pain. Okay, Tracy, is he wrong about the FBA, or what is he wrong about specifically? I want to know, because I'm trying to understand the conversation. I'm still kind of lost. Look, Lord Jamar decides to respond to it. You know what I'm saying? Now I got right where because I'm not gonna go through the whole thing of what he said, but I got the meat and potatoes right here. Check it out, and then I'm gonna advance this conversation a little bit. All right, salute the Forgotten Kings TV. All right, here we go. This is how Lord Jamar carried it.
Because
salute the
what?
Let's get the likes up. Double tap the screen or go to the top right and hit the 3 dots. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a subscribe, then subscribe to the channel too. It's free.
All these people don't understand is all these people who have been ingratiated by hip hop.
Okay.
Is that if you took it back to your so-called roots or to your motherland or whatever the case may be and asked them to support you, you would not be where you are today.
Ooh.
I asked KRS, I asked Fat Joe, I asked Lazy Legs, Buster, a bunch of them. I asked.
Yeah. Lord Jamar is becoming a troll. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He understands the internet.
Come to a debate. Sit down and let's talk about like civilized people. Bring your assets. Bring what you have that strengthens your argument. I'm going to bring the people that I have that say they were there and can tell you about the origins of hip hop. And yes, some people may have been Puerto Rican. Some people may have had.
I wonder if Diddy's Puerto Rican.
Seems like yesterday I had lots of dough. I got Biggie shot and nobody know. Shoot the club up, pass the gun to J-Lo.
Jamaican background or something like that. But guess what? They were all doing and acting like foundational Black American youth. They weren't acting Jamaican. They weren't acting Puerto Rican when it came to interacting in hip hop circles. Even before the culture had a name, the culture was still there. and it was being influenced by foundational Black American youth using foundational Black American music as its base. We wasn't using any Puerto Rican slang, and not just Puerto Rican, anything. It's not about hating anything that doesn't look like you. These are non-arguments that people try to create to try to say that this is what people are.
Argument derives from what you're saying. Fat Joe's clapping back. Fat Joe's responding. Let's not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Lord Jamar is the one that's pushing the conversation, and people are getting mad about it.
Upset about? No. We're upset about the fact that you can't just admit that the thing that you love, hip hop, that has brought you fame and fortune, was created by a people that you subconsciously look down upon.
What's up?
Oh, that's deep. Okay, I ain't.
Gabapentin is bringing.
Man, he's yeah. I mean, well, you know, Lord Jamar is 5%, man. I don't know. You know, there's a difference. I'm gonna just tell y'all some language shit, right? There's a difference between being pro-black or anti, add whatever race you want to put there, anti-white, anti-Spanish, anti-anything. You know what I'm saying? You could be very pro-black without being anti against any particular race. Don't let that go above your pay. You know what I mean? Like, really, that was really some basic shit I'm saying. But don't complicate it. Being proactive about something doesn't mean that you have to hate something else.
Takes on social media, right? Fat Joe constantly getting called out for some of the stories that he's told in the past, whether on the Fat Joe show, right? Or just in interviews in general. You get what I mean? So, of course, recently, Fat Joe felt the need to respond to some of these narratives he sees online. And this one is a very sensitive subject, right? Because for some reason, people, right, outside of Black Americans, let's be specific, they find it very hard to admit that Black Americans are the ones responsible, right, for the invention, right? Or
that's true.
At least the founders of hip hop, right? Despite
it's true, but in my book, you can't have. This is a touchy subject, man, and there's going to be some people that's going to probably be mad at what I'm saying. But you cannot have what I see as hip hop. Me, I'm from the Bronx. I just can't unsee it. I don't see hip hop the way we have it today without Spanish dudes. You know what I'm saying? I even heard somebody say Spanish dudes was the illest breakdancers, and then they like, you know, I heard the counter that they weren't really the guys. It was New York City breakdancers like Mr. Wave and but I just feel like it's a reach.
So many people outside of Black Americans.
Now, let me just show you something, right? Now they talking about they want to cancel. Honestly, this is all work to cancel Fat Joe and people that think like that. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of you motherfuckers act surprised at how Fat Joe talk. Maybe you only listen to his music. Maybe you never seen an interview. But I don't need to hear his music or see an interview to know where the fuck I'm from and how we think. You know what I mean? That how Fat Joe's talking, every other Puerto Rican that's with hip hop is going to talk similar to that. You feel me? You know what I mean? I mean, from the Bronx. Now, maybe in Brooklyn, it's a little bit different. Maybe they're going to say something different. You know what I'm saying? Because we're mixing the conversation up. It's on one end, you're saying, you know, why is it hard for people to admit that, you know what I mean, hip hop is created by a black person and it was, you know, predicated off of foundational black textbook, foundational Black Americans, black dudes, you know, and our culture. That is true. That's how it started. It's a whole fact. But it doesn't grow the way it grows without the Puerto Ricans. We all was together in the Bronx. The fuck y'all complicating this shit. Some of y'all closet racist motherfuckers, man. I'm gonna start calling y'all. I'm being nice right now. Trust me when I tell you, because I can't be moved by what y'all think. I can only be moved by what I think, what I studied, and what I experienced. Salute the poetic Flacco. I don't know what he's gonna say. This is a real reaction. I seen maybe 30 seconds of this, but I want to check out what he says.
There's some real serious controversy right now. He's getting heavy backlash all across social media from statements he said on the Math Hoffa podcast. Now, the statements stem from Fat Joe addressing.
Understand, this is black pain, man. This is black pain, okay? This is us having everything that we ever created stolen from us. So people are fueled by this shit. Hold on, I can't see good. All right? Black people are in pain, man. We got everything stolen.
Pain. Oh, man, I ain't worried about jail, man. What you sound like a bitch.
I promised myself I would go with my mother.
Bitch. Man, I ain't worried about jail.
I ain't never wanted to live.
Shit, man, I don't give a damn about going to jail.
Give me death, nigga.
Nigga, take me to jail. Take me.
The hat is now gray, okay? All right? Now, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Salute the poetic Flacco. Hopefully, poetic Flacco. He be popping out on my regular channel sometimes.
Most heated hot topic debate in hip hop right now. And the hot topic debates actually started from a Tariq Nasheed film that he recently released called Microphone Check. Now, in this documentary, Tariq Nasheed would interview people like Lord Jamar and others, and the movie was based on the premise that,
and when Fat Joe say that Lord Jamar is clout chasing, he's not wrong. But I mean, I don't think clout chasing is bad neither. I did see Lord Jamar, you know, in these other topics with the news. You know what I'm saying? Like we know what I'm talking about, right? Everybody in this chat should know what I'm talking about. No Diddy.
Seems like yesterday I had lots of dough. I got Biggie shot and nobody know. Shoot the club up, pass the gun to J-Lo.
I've been seeing that word tether. I don't know what that means, man. I gotta look that up.
blacks and blacks only were the original founders of hip hop, and doesn't feel like it's warranted to include the Asians, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans when speaking about the foundation and the genesis of hip hop.
Well, you said that Fat Joe is disrespectful for saying that blacks and Latinos created hip hop 50-50. Did you actually say 50-50?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's just not true.
That's not true.
Yeah.
It says here to attach someone or something to something else by or as if by means of a line or cord. Tethered the boat to the dock before coming. Tethered synonyms. What is the meaning of tether? To tie someone else. The hell y'all talking about around this piece, man? That's why I stay out the comments, man. I don't fuck with this shit, man.
Shout out to Fat Joe, but yeah. I mean, Latinos were around, but you can't say 50-50.
Not at all. Not at all. You can't even say 90-10. I mean,
wait. Why I thought this was the Kung Fu dude?
They came later.
Before Microphone Check, I just ran with the narrative that the Asians, the Latinos, with the blacks, that we all helped form hip hop from the very conception. Tariq Nasheed is saying that's not true. All right, now I never believed it was actually 50-50 because I feel like that's a far fetch, right? But I always thought, maybe 70-30, 60-40. Tariq Nasheed is saying it's not even 90-10.
Hold up, that look like you dissing me, bro. All right, suck my dick. How about that? I don't even want. This is what it is on this type of show that you on right here. Let me smack you around first. Yeah, this is what you on this channel, right? I don't give a fuck about your opinion, man. I'm running my mouth, okay? And I don't require you to fucking fall in love with my opinion. I only require you to double tap the screen or shut the fuck up and enjoy the content, okay? Pussy. And if you came around here with your emotions, man, and you a man, you're not a man.
Hemorrhoids. They burn, itch, swell.
Trying to talk to me. Block that fucker. Whatever that uncle count is, block him. I don't like the way he talking, coming in hot. You might as well just type all caps.
Like blacks created this shit, like 95% of it, and the Asians and the Latinos can share the 5%. That's what Tariq Nasheed is saying. So Tariq Nasheed would also say, man, that he believes that people even trying to credit Latinos and Asians for contributing to the conception of hip hop is a ploy to actually take a
Let's get the lights up. Double tap the screen or go to the top right, hit the 3 dots. That's what
away credit from black folks and ultimately give Latinos and Asians the full credit for, you know, forming hip hop and isolating black people.
So what happens is we let people come in and just take the culture and then turn us into guests in the culture, because that's what they're trying to do with the whole Latin situation. They want to go from Latino.
Oh, okay, now I understand. I understand his angle.
Were 50-50.
I don't agree with his angle, but I understand it.
Latinos actually created breakdancing and black folks got it from them. That's where it's going. And that's where a lot.
Oh, nah, I never heard of that. I just knew that the Spanish niggas was doing a good job at it too.
A lot of people are like, hey, let's put
double tap. I don't know who the fuck started. I don't care. I don't break dance. Double tap screen. Let's get the likes all the way up to 100, man. I see 35 likes. Like there's like 150 people in here. Nah. We need like 100 likes up in this joint. Keep going. Double tap the screen. We'll go to the top right. Hit the 3 dots. You know what I'm saying? And don't come in this chat hot. If you like Trump, if you're on that Trump train, we friendly around here to Trump supporters. All right. Spam the chat with ones. Show me you're not a bot in the chat. All right. Let's go.
Put a timeout.
I feel like the whole race conversation is some goofy shit sometimes, you know, but we got to talk about it
on this and back it up and tell the truth.
Tariq Nasheed isn't the only one who's calling out Fat Joe and this traditional narrative that Puerto Ricans, Black, and Asians created hip hop. Actual legendary rappers like Lord Jamar, they're also calling it out. Now, Lord Jamar would say that Asians or Puerto Ricans, they had no role whatsoever in creating hip hop, and this was all blacks. Down from the beats, down from the lyrics, down to breakdancing. This was all the works of African Americans, foundational Black Americans, and Ricans and Asians and any other race had nothing to do with it.
Puerto Ricans, do you feel like they played a part in creating hip hop?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Were they early?
Double tap that screen. Let's get the likes up.
Were they the first
about to go down the rabbit hole, man?
Contributors? Yes. Did they do things to help proliferate hip hop? Yes. Were they, you know, do we have valuable people from the Puerto Rican culture that has contributed? Absolutely. But in the beginning stages of hip hop, in the creation stages of hip hop, this was very much a Black American youth thing that had no outside influences from Puerto Rico or Jamaica or any other type of place that you may name.
Okay, well, he might be going. I don't know what. Maybe there was a time like that. I'm just saying, I'm not that old.
The influence is, if anything, were from down south America. The influences were our parents' music. Like it had nothing to do with any outside people.
That's where I do get confused, because he did say they were early contributors. Then my question is, how early do you have to be to be considered one of the founders? Like if hip hop,
that's the whole question right there. What period are we talking about?
Hip hop was started in 1973, and in 1974, I was adding new elements to it. Am I not considered one of the founders? Or is it, like you had to have been there at the first hip hop party?
Well, hip hop exists the way y'all know it today without Puerto Ricans. Hell no.
Or else you
my eyes
ain't one of the founders, which, listen, I'm open to hearing that.
Did they start it? Did Puerto Ricans specifically start it? No. I'm just my shit is I'm not black or white with this. I'm like in between. I'm like, they wasn't the originators of it, you know what I'm saying? But they was there the whole time for the creation. Because as far as I could go back to the early 80s, Puerto Ricans have always been around me. More Puerto Ricans than black people, to be honest. In my hood, 183rd. Ask somebody.
out, right? But I guess I just want like a clearer definition of what is the founder, because if new elements were added by these people, let's say in 1974 and 75, then are they not founders? I don't know the answer to that. Y'all let me know in the comments. Now, Lord Jamar went ahead and addressed specifically. He would say the perception of hip hop, that's just a pipe dream to make themselves feel good.
So why do you think people like Fat Joe and Crazy Legs, they push that narrative? It's like, for me, it's one thing for them to push it, but when you got people like, you know, KRS-One pushing it,
I'll show y'all some algorithm work, man. If y'all got a commercial that just popped up on your channel, right? Type ones in the chat. I'm trying to show y'all something now, right? Let's advance this conversation. You were the special type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a commercial popped up on your channel, whether you hear from the shorts feed or you regular subscribers, type ones in the chat. Because if I'm doing my job the right way, y'all motherfuckers should have had a commercial just pop up on your channel. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole. I do want to talk about these drones that they saying that they seen in New York right now. All right. Sean says 0. 69 guards in the building. Oh, 69. Keep on trolling in the chat. All right.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Well, you know, I can definitely understand why people like Fat Joe or Crazy Legs or even a Pete Rock, you know, feel like they would want to push that narrative because that's what they heard. And quite frankly, it'll make you feel good. It makes you feel good. You know what I mean? If you somehow believe that you had a hand in something, but then when you find out otherwise, you know, it could make.
I get it. But Lord Jamar, like he's not actually from the 5 boroughs.
You kind of salty. And it was nice to go with those
Rib Shop, salute, bro, salute.
Myths or those narratives when they were put out there and all of that. But
I seen Talking Shit Jess up in here earlier, man. I ain't see her in a minute. Salute Talking Shit Jess.
Yeah.
And Monique Hill, you know what I'm saying? Salute.
It's just not real.
Fat Joe has been taking this really tough and to heart. Fat Joe has even went out of his way to block any and everyone with the words FBA in their bio, in their tweets. So if you consider yourself a foundationally Black American and you are repping that hard on Twitter, Fat Joe is blocking you because he considers them the worst of the worst. So Fat Joe will go on a Math Hoffa podcast recently, and he would pretty much explain his disdain and hatred for FBAs. He would call them everything under the sun other than a child of God.
Sometimes I say shit I've been saying for years.
Nah, I don't get wrapped up too much into the opinions. You know what I'm saying? I like to let people have their opinions, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a whole Trump supporter, and if you're a Trump supporter, spam the chat with ones if you're on that Trump train and double tap the screen. But I let the Democrats live too. Y'all can spam the chat with 2s if you ain't on the Trump train. You know, everybody should be able to. Hey, do y'all want to go down the rabbit hole, man? Double tap the screen. Get the likes up. Go to the top right, hit the 3 dots. Y'all want to go down this rabbit hole? Put carrots in the chat, right? Because I want to, this conversation, man, this shit is going to be forever. Okay? Now, Dr. Cornel West. Funny how he didn't get no coverage during the races. Oh, shit. All right, I won't go down the rabbit hole, man. Check this out real quick. They saying, this is, I'm going to just read the title. It says, the drone invasion just hit New York City, right? Now, we know that they've been talking all this shit about the drones, but now in New York, they're saying they're seeing these shits. Car-sized drones in the fucking sky in New York. But I'm going to, like I said, we're going down a rabbit hole. Please put carrots in the chat. This is just the beginning.
Reports of drone sightings in recent weeks, and now those sightings have spread to Queens and the Bronx.
Take a look at the NYPD aviation unit helicopter over the East River in the area of the United Nations.
So the drones, they're here now in New York, and people have spotted them flying around their neighborhoods, which of course the federal government says is nothing to worry about. However, local mayors, our governor, and even U.S. senators are not buying that response, instead suggesting that these so-called drones could be controlled by a foreign adversary or maybe part of a secret government operation.
Now, we're going to stop right there. Okay? Now, we know the drone stories, right? 2 years ago, I want y'all to listen to this nigga here. Okay? Yo, bro, I didn't even go to my bed yesterday. I sat here and was like, what the fuck? Because I was looking for the new version of what was going on with this disclosure joint. And I couldn't find it. I mean, they want an arm and a leg for it. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, even though I am a cat, I ran out of lives a long time ago. So I have nothing to spare. All right? But in any event, this was 2 years ago. Look what this dude was saying about the drones 2 years ago. Before they had these sightings. Let's get the likes up. Double tap the screen. Or go to the top right and hit that 3 dots. We need to get the likes way past 100 real quick. Okay? And we in a rabbit hole, okay? Let's go.
They think that ETs are going to come. They're going to take over the world. They're going to blow up the globe. No, this cannot happen. And if it will happen, I'm telling you in advance, this is man-made, and they have the technology to do it.
This dude name is Ray. Viral.
For you to believe, because they're going to see crafts in the sky that look.
I use the N-word, you gone and not subbing. Fuck you. All right? The fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? Take your ass back to Jamaica. All right?
Look to them like a craft from a different world, okay? And they're going to see explosions. They're going to believe the governments that they have attacked, and that's how you take over.
You're speaking about what many people refer to as Operation Bluebeam. Do you know if that's
about to blow your mind? Watch what we say.
Valid in terms of even its name?
I don't know. I heard of it, but I don't know. I can give you a better example that everybody knows about. There's an operation called the Phoenix Light Project. Have you ever heard of it? I'm sure you could find out. Everybody could check it out.
This was 2 years ago.
Tens of thousands of people were witness to a craft about a mile long. A mile in the sky. People saw it. There was chaos at this time. The ETs are coming. This is
I don't want them to get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Arjanice, I for real, you know, I tell them they have the opinion to say whatever you want. Say it's a setup. Don't say whatever you want, okay? I'm telling you that. But I'm a Gemini. I'll switch up on you, okay? Let this content run.
Hologram. You're looking at a
hologram. Look at this. Listen to this.
Time. The ETs are coming. This is a hologram. You're looking at a hologram.
That's why they keep disappearing. Every time the military go, so-called go. Oh, excuse me. My bad, y'all. I had the wrong hat on. They disappear. They disappear because they holograms. That's why they don't have no evidence of them. That's why you can't grab them. They keep telling y'all about them. Drones in the air. Why they keep on telling us about drones in the sky? Car-sized drones that go this way, that way, and then disappear. Yo, this shit sound like something from movies, right? Watch.
It's so real. You feel.
2 years ago, he said all of this, everything that's happening. This dude 2 years ago said all this shit was going to happen.
Reach out and touch it. You understand? They're using holograms. This technology exists already. It's not new, okay? They're talking about bringing TVs now, like new technology. A TV is going to be a hologram. It'll come soon, but it's not new. This is all technology that they're using. They're telling the Pentagon, they're telling you, governments, no, it's the psychopaths who are running the show. So this is a perfect example. Over 10,000 witnesses saw that. They believe they saw an aircraft, ETs coming to this world. Now imagine tomorrow, you're going to see thousands of aircraft, not as big, smaller, but aircrafts, coming in, flying all over the United States, Europe, whatever it is, and then you're going to be attacked. But those attacks will happen with real missiles. Or real planes, you understand? They're going to say my government is right. They want to protect me. Quarantine, stay at home, go to the bunkers, okay? Whoever is dead is dead. Whoever is alive, we will make sure you are protected. They're going to create a problem.
Problem, solution.
As you know. Then a reaction. And then a solution. This is what they've been doing for centuries. They have the technology. They can do this tomorrow morning. The information that you are being fed that bad ETs are coming to get you. Nonsense. All BS. Doesn't exist. They're giving you another story that meteors can come into the globe and eventually we're going to get hit.
Yo, why can't why, after all of this meteor talk they've been giving us for years, why hasn't a fucking stadium-sized meteor crashed into our Earth? Why, I mean, how random is it, right? That shit is just flying all over the fucking universe, right? And nothing is crashing. And they keep telling us something's going to crash and the ice age happened because of meteor. You know what I mean? No, man. The Earth, try to take two magnets and put them together. Boom, they snap together, right? But when you turn one around, you could throw that magnet at it. If it hits on the wrong side, it's going to repel. It's going to go away.
It cannot happen. And I'll explain to you physically why it cannot happen. A meteor over 100 feet cannot reach our globe. You want to ask why? I'll explain to you why. Remember we spoke about the core of the world. What's in the core? Part of the core, there are certain frequencies, energies, that are running this globe, this Earth.
Thank you, Charles. That ice age shit never happened because of a meteor. It was the Earth that did it to itself.
The core is in the center of the world. There are certain magnetic fields and magnetic energy points that we spoke about before. That anything,
it's impossible for a fucking big ass meteor to hit the Earth.
Especially if it's made out of a certain metal, cannot reach the world because when you take a magnet and a magnet, what happens? It deflects, so a meteor can reach the Earth. But before it's even getting close, it will be deflected. So all this bullshit that you're hearing about meteors cannot happen. And they know it. This cannot happen. The only way, you can get small ones. And if you pay attention, you hear about a small one dropped here, a small one dropped there. They're usually not with metal. And if they have metal, it's not much. And it's such a small portion that it doesn't affect the core. So yeah. Can certain pieces fly in and drop into our globe? Yes. But it will never be destroyed in the way they're describing it to you. But when they decide to make a plan, they'll blow you up with something and tell you, you see a meteor came in, we told you.
I understand. That's very interesting. I've never heard that before. The only question that comes to my mind, and we'll go back to on topic with the weather modification, is the idea of, and right now it's just a theory really, of this idea that when there were dinosaurs here, there was a big meteor, massive meteor that came to wipe them out, which according to that story, again, I don't know all the proof over there because I'm not an expert with it, but according to the story, that would say that what you just said is false. But I've never seen it with my eyes, so I can't speak on that.
Planets can destroy themselves with the inner energy of the planet. No planet can destroy another planet. There are trillions and trillions and zillions of planets around this universe. There was never an accident that they collided, and it will never happen. That's how the universe is built. You could never have an accident with planets. They could blow up on their own, eventually, after billions of years, because something energetic happened within the core of this specific planet. Yes. We can blow up tomorrow? Yes. Your story about dinosaurs? Bullshit. I'm not going to get into it now. Now go and argue with all the scientists in the world. They're going to tell you I'm nuts, but I'm not going to get into that now.
Okay, so I want to backtrack for a second before we go on to the next topic and keep the conversation flowing about, you explained how they can induce these problem, reaction, solution, but problematic attacks in the form of natural disasters and all that. How does TLS come by and stop something like that.
Excuse me 1 second. Regarding problem, reaction, solution, there's an actual project within your government. They call it PRS. There is a project that's known for many years. It's supposed to be very secretive. Now you understand why I'm telling you. Don't mention names and don't want to. It's supposed to be very secretive. There's an actual, and I'm talking only here in the United States. Forget the other countries. Everybody has something, okay? They're actually calling it PRS. They have a project called MLB, Men in Black. MIB, I'm sorry, Men in Black. You saw the movie, right? But it's a project. It's a project that's here for many, many years. Men in Black are
the real Men in Black
agents that were trained to mainly be assassins, okay? And I'm not talking CIA. I'm talking about a group that you never see or hear about. It's an agency within an agency within an agency that maybe the president knows about. You understand? And I don't think your current president knows anything, okay? But those projects exist. You understand? They do exist. Then 20 years ago, the movie came out and MIB was dissolved.
Wow.
But it wasn't dissolved. They just changed the name.
Let's take it back a little bit.
It's just when you find out that somebody did that to you, your ego is hurt because you were being controlled for a short period of time.
He's talking about the hypnotizing motherfuckers.
Because somebody was trying to get something out of you. In a form of not on the offense, meaning they search for a problem. And if there is a problem, they will eliminate the problem. This, for me, is being on the defense as opposed to eliminating the problem, going after the heads of the organizations or the people who are creating the problem and eliminating them, the same way you are eliminating the problem. But again, I'm not going to get into it. We spoke about it before. I got my ways of doing things. They have their ways of doing things, and recently there were supposed to be certain weather modification.
Yeah, sometimes it be getting it gets a little too serious around here. And then, this is a black American right here, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Tupac is a black American. Yo, what is this nigga Venezuela in my chat? Yo, don't get your ass blocked in here, man. This is a monetized channel, man. This is a family show, bro. I don't know what the hell you think you're doing, bro. Salute to Meek Mill. Yeah. Let's talk about this weather stuff.
Man-made by the psychopaths. I don't know if you're paying attention lately. There's a lot of natural disasters. They're giving you a story. Climate change. Everybody is swallowing this BS and claiming everything is climate change. They finished with the pandemic. Now it's climate change. And everything is climate change. Well, the climate is changing, but not because it's a natural occurrence. Everything that you see, for example, the floods in Australia that happened recently, the huge fire that never happened in the history of Australia, the pandemic, everything you see in the last 2 years in Australia is man-made. Everything you see there is man-made. The fires, the pandemic, the floods that happened just recently. You hardly hear about it in the news. But I'm talking natural disasters that never happened before. The floods in Australia are huge. They should be talking about it 24/7. Instead, they're talking to you about the vaccines and the pandemic. And now it's Russia, Ukraine. There's always something.
Why Australia before we continue?
No, I just gave you Australia as an example. It's happening all over. So I'm giving you an example of Australia as something that happened that was supposed to be eliminated and stopped. But TLS and other good organizations failed. However, most of the things that are supposed to happen are being stopped and eliminated.
Can you give examples?
I can give you an example that happened recently between the last 2 months. January, February, and March. An operation that I was involved with. We were supposed to get a tsunami on the east coast of the United States, especially New York Harbor to Boston Harbor. But I'm not talking a tsunami like what happened in Thailand, if you remember. I'm talking about a tsunami that the world never heard or seen before. It was stopped. Obviously, nothing happened. Nobody talks about it because it was kept quiet, you understand? There was another one supposed to happen in the Middle East. Israel and Egypt. It started in Cyprus, supposedly.
That's what he says about the Ukraine.
An earthquake in Cyprus that created the tsunami. For some magical phenomenon, nothing happened to Israel. Egypt was hit with a tsunami. Not a big one, but a tsunami. Nobody mentioned anything. I believe they spoke about it for one day, for maybe 2 minutes or so. And I believe if you're going to go on now, search it in your computer, you're not going to find any mention of it, like it never happened. That's another man-made.
2 years ago, how did he know they would? How did he know all of this shit?
Most of the things, natural disasters that you've seen are man-made. Most of the wars that you see in the world, like the war we have now, it's man-made. It's planned. It's
2 years ago,
disaster.
y'all. This is why it shocked me a little bit. 2 years ago, we've been sleeping.
Disaster that just happened. You understand? It's all planned in advance. The pandemic was planned. Everything is planned. There's no coincidences in life. There's no coincidences in politics. There's no such a thing. They will make it happen. Who? The psychopaths. Why? That's a different discussion.
If you wouldn't mind, before going deeper into some of those operations and perhaps how you stop certain things, can you just briefly share to the viewers, and I'm sure many already know, the intentions of doing something like that, the intentions of destruction and chaos?
Destroying the economy. Let's assume something like this happened. I'm talking a tsunami, hundreds and hundreds of feet, if not thousands. Huge. That means if a tsunami like this will hit Manhattan, for example, all the buildings would collapse. You take control over the economy. You take control over the people. You have a world emergency if it happens in more than one place. You have a world emergency. You declare an emergency. You declare one world government.
Yo,
You believe in aliens now?
no, I'm just saying that it's holograms.
What you mean, Brody?
He's saying,
Didn't black people invent the hologram? What?
hey, listen, are you seeing any drones in New York City?
Am I seeing any what?
And drones in New York City?
All the time. What that mean? It's not illegal to have a drone. It's not a crime.
Nobody will resist.
I'm talking about a car-sized drone.
Yes, nigga. Them white boys, them white little kids, Christmas, they got them big ass drones. Yes, it's not a crime.
So how are they disappearing?
What you mean?
He said that. I mean, everybody that's reporting these fucking drones is saying that they're disappearing right in front of them.
First of all, I don't trust no nigga in no mask. First of all, I already learned this from the internet. Niggas that come online with masks and zippers on their face, I don't trust them.
Oh God. Those corrupt Venezuelans. That's why I don't like
People will say thank you. And that's how you take over. If anybody will you have a world emergency. You declare an emergency. You declare one world government. Nobody will resist. People will say thank you. And that's how you take over. If anybody will try to make one world government now, there will be a revolution in the streets. But if you bring them to their knees through a tsunami, for example, through some virus that's going to kill you, whatever.
What do you mean? Is this the Diddy stream, man? Does that man look like Diddy?
Seems like yesterday I had lots of dough. I got Biggie shot and nobody know. Shoot the club up, pass the gun to J-Lo.
Of course this is the Diddy stream.
You're a pussy.
That's how they take you over. You change the laws. Look what happened in the last 2 years. How many laws were changed all over the world? Not only in the United States. They're doing things against the Constitution of their own countries. Governments are changing all over, and they're going against the people. Basically taking control. Reducing the...
Venezuela, I'm monetized here, man. You cursing too much. Hey, anybody cursing in the chat, block them.
Population. And taking control. It's not only money. It's really governing you in a way that they want. And to me...
First property, salute.
It's a form of slavery. That's the way I look at things.
So to shift focus back to those operations, how can one or an organization induce something like a tsunami of that level or an earthquake at a high magnitude? And how do you, as yourself, as an individual and TLS, stop it?
Let's answer the first one first.
Okay.
For them to create a tsunami, it's very simple. If you remember, we spoke about EMP, EMLP. That's the technology that they have.
Okay.
You could...
All right, let's move up.
With your soul. Again, you do it for...
Oh, word. This shit right here, different.
That TLS would use for certain work. Before we get to that,
all right, here we go.
For when you know how...
We talking about energy work now.
To put them together. And then you can...
Tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. We got 200 people here. Let's get the likes up. Double tap the screen or go to the top right and hit 3 dots.
Basically stop almost everything.
I want to speak about you mentioned 36 main energy points that TLS would use for certain work. Before we get to that, I want to ask you, when it comes to call them like supernatural abilities, it could be levitation, telepathic communication, telekinetic movement, moving things without touching them, shape-shifting. How are these things actually applied and used in an operation? Let's start with levitation. All
right, Game of Thrones, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of that. All right, we still in the rabbit hole, though. We do want to take a look at this bum-ass thing. Excuse me. Damn, why I be saying shit like that? God forgive me. Double tap the screen, like I said. Get the likes up. This homeless man, right? Homeless kid. I don't know what you want to call him. It's Scar in the Woods, man. I like homie. I do like trolling him a little bit. He out there in the woods, by himself, young cat. Basically, he don't want to pay bills. Like he said, he doesn't want to pay bills. He don't want to work for man. He got 3 dogs. He built this tent in the woods in 9 days, and this is how he's giving it up. You know what I'm saying? Got some real spiritual things he do be saying.
I'm homeless too, but I'm not living like you. Yes, sir. Yep. This is the area that I made. Yeah. Yeah, nice perimeter set. Day 3, you know what I'm saying? Come on, I'll show y'all a little, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this the day 3. Started on the roof. Okay, everybody. The roof is looking great. Just put up the walls. Made the structure for the roof. We got clay. It's facing. Yes, sir. Finna finish the rest of this wall. See? Yes, sir. Finishing this in. Look at this little bathroom I made.
What?
Today, I tried to make a fireplace and a chimney, but this fireplace is getting on my nerves. Got a lot of cracks in it. Got the fireplace there. Yes, sir. Y'all come look at the cat.
Sebastian said he right next to somebody's crib. He in his backyard doing this, trying to finesse the people. Now I think he outside, man, because you can look at his hands and tell that he's living a rough life.
Yes, sir. All right, we still finishing up this wall. We got all the other walls done. I tried to make this fireplace. Smoke keep coming in here. Video while I was early. Made a little door.
You gotta make it taller.
Yeah. Whatever. You know.
Oh, God forgive me, like I said for earlier, just because I got this nice hat on, don't mean that I'm better than anybody. If I start calling people bum ass niggas, you know what I'm saying, that's really homeless, you know what I mean? It's not a good look, man, especially on Sunday, man.
Then we got the little place. Yes.
I got you, Juan. I'm gonna go back.
Sir.
I'm interested on how he made this happen. I'm sorry. I got a couple people saying that they want to see the disclosure, man. Yo, bro, it costs an arm and a leg for the new one, man. I heard bitches are selling their coochie to get this shit. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly.
Levitation. Why would levitation ever need to be used in an operation?
Perfect example. It's faster than the train. If it takes 20 minutes from New York to Portugal, I can do it in 2 minutes or less.
Hey, listen, don't block Sebastian, y'all. Yo, Sebastian, you know they hit hard over here. I mean, like if you type all caps, they're gonna block you. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I do get what you're saying, you know. And somebody was interested in him yesterday. I'm not interested in him today. So I agree with you. That's why I told him don't shoot you. You know what I'm saying?
Can you explain that process?
Levitation?
I'm asking that with regards to part of the teachings that you've taught me with the difference between an out-of-body experience and then what you would call an ascension, which I've never heard spoken about anywhere else.
Out-of-body experience is you sit in your chair or you lay in your bed and you could basically separate your soul from your body. The soul can travel. Your body stays in place. This is out-of-body experience. You could do it for a short time. You could do it for a long time. You could travel places with your soul. Again, you do it for a purpose. There are different methods of how to do an out-of-body experience. Ascension means it's out-of-body experience, but the body comes with it.
Is that what levitation is?
It's combined.
I'm gonna move up.
Go paths.
Does TLS have possession of them?
No, if they had one, I would use it myself.
Oh yeah, this.
Can you share anything about it?
The water Bible. Oh shit.
In short, it's all bullshit. Obviously, we all have a different blood type, and if you go to
okay, we're talking about a new blood type, which is RH. They saying that it has alien. It's alien.
They do it through human DNA. They also do it with ET DNA. You understand? When we get an ET over here, like TLS, for example, when he gets here and they do work on him, they're taking blood samples and taking everything. And there is a special team of scientists working within TLS in order to perform certain work. The only thing I can tell you they will not do is cloning, although they can.
I believe a word he's saying.
Nobody will do cloning except governments. Because they will never do anything against nature. They will never play God. They will go with nature. They will go with God, if you want to call it that. They will never do cloning is against nature. By you making a clone, you are becoming God. You are becoming the creator. They will never do that. They only do certain things that go with nature. You understand? For example, a member will never take a vaccine because it's against nature. He will never take a drug that's against nature. Chemotherapy is against nature. That's why everybody keeps dying. You understand? Radiation therapy.
You're putting poison in the person to try to get poison out of them.
It's against nature. Chemo is a poison. How do you want to treat somebody with a poison and expect them to live a normal life? You understand? So the time will come when the healing will be done through energy, through the right food that you have to eat. Every
Dr. Sabi
planet has its own unique nutrition that you need to survive on this planet. It's a learning experience, but I guarantee you, they will never do something against nature or to harm anybody. Not only human beings, other planets.
Many of the viewers have questions regarding blood types, because there's this idea right now.
Pay attention to this. This is the part I was telling you about.
Which I'd like to ask you about. that RH negative blood type and certain other blood types have
I
something.
seen that black woman with the pig kidney. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna get no Muslim husband. I'll tell you that much. Salute to her. God bless her.
To do with you being connected to extraterrestrial life, or you coming from an
pig kidney. Imagine dying and going to heaven and telling people, yo, yeah, I got me an extra 15 off this pig kidney.
extraterrestrial bloodline. Do you know anything about that? Can you share anything about that?
In short, it's all bullshit. Obviously, we all have a different blood type. And if you go to different planets, they have different blood types. Some of them don't work on blood. But let's call it blood. Let's say it's green gel that goes through the veins, for argument's sake. So it's a different blood type. It's not just blood. A lot of them have blood. If you're going to cut them, they're going to bleed. Do they have a different blood type? Of course, because it's a different gravity. It's different atmosphere, different everything, so everything changes. Humans interbred with ETs in the past, so obviously you change your blood type. It becomes different. That's the reason you have O and O positive, and RH and AB. Because
it started out with one blood type.
Originally, when humans were created by the Creator, it was one type of blood only. Within the years, it's changed because of interbreeding.
So pretty much we all come from everywhere, and there's no real difference between all of us at its core.
Exactly.
I want to move on to the last topic of this segment of disclosure, all about technology. And we're going to start with physical technology and end with spiritual technology.
Hey, they coming from my channel, Rabbit Hole.
And hopefully if we could do another one of these, we will speak a whole lot more about the spiritual realm, the spirit realm, other dimensions, how things like that work and so on. But technologically speaking, I believe, and many share this view, that if we actually understand the power that we hold right now and the technology that we possess, we'd be able to know the power that we can access both physically and spiritually. So beginning with physical technology and moving to spiritual technology. Number one, a lot of people speak about med beds. Do they exist? And if so, how do they work?
They do exist. How do they work? I don't know the technology behind it, but they do exist, yes.
Who has possession of them?
The psychopaths.
Does TLS have possession of them?
No, if they had one, I would use it myself.
Do extraterrestrial races have possession of them?
No, it's man-made over here.
Would TLS benefit?
You could go in the water and end up in another part of the world. Like, hold up.
But otherwise, we're all going to end up slaves. If something happens to me, they know where.
Bibles. I know you're saying that's the wrong translation, which you can explain.
Well, this is the most interesting part here.
Without going into the Hebrew words, which you taught me through, I would call it like the water Bible. Again, you can correct me. The dream Bible, the I Bible. What are these things? I call
water Bible.
Call them a form of spiritual technology in terms of what they're able to do. Can you speak and elaborate on those topics?
Oh, salute, Juan. Thank you, man. I thought you was just here to troll. Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up, or go to the top right and hit 3 dots. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Juan.
You call it the Bible because you translate the Hebrew word that I gave you. The translation is Bible, but it's not Bible. I would call it knowledge of water energy. This would be the right translation. Just in Hebrew, it says Bible. So this would be the right word.
Can we include mysticism in there?
There is mysticism in every Bible, so yes.
So it would be, instead of the water Bible, the knowledge and mysticism of water, the knowledge and mysticism of dreams, the knowledge and mysticism of the eyes, and so on and so forth.
You could use this language.
Bingo.
Okay, I want to start with the water portion, because I want you, to the extent that you can speak about it, explain how these forms of spiritual technology, because it's really knowledge applied, how these forms of spiritual technology work and kind of what they allow you to do when you learn it, when you're given access to something like that.
Well, first of all, to clarify, I'm not an expert in the field. I don't have the knowledge.
When it comes to the water?
Yes.
Why?
They didn't want to teach me, and when I tried to do it behind their back, I got caught. And I was punished for it.
Why didn't they want to teach you?
They didn't trust me with the knowledge. Very simple.
Meaning you may abuse it in a certain way.
Yes.
Not responsible with it.
Yes.
Fair enough. I happen to agree with them.
I wonder why, but never mind. We're not going to get into it. I do know that it gives you, I don't want to sound too strange.
It's okay.
But I'll give you an example what you can do, and I've seen it done.
Listen.
You could go into the beach here and go into the water. And within less than 30 seconds, you could come out on the beach of Normandy if you want. You can move your body. Physical body, not soul. Physical body and soul. And 30 seconds later, you would be there. You could go to the beach on Tel Aviv, have lunch, and come back less than an hour.
By the way, to clarify, the reason why I agree with them is because you would probably do something like that.
As a test.
But you're not supposed to.
No, you're not supposed to.
So pretty much if you have access to that knowledge and information, from what it sounds like, you'd be able to.
There's phase 222. There's what it is.
Like teleport through water.
Salute to the town business.
At very high speed.
Correct.
Understood. And how would something like that ever be used for an operation?
You could hide underwater. Let's say if something happened in an operation, you need to hide. It's a perfect place to hide. You could go into the water and not come out as long as you want.
Y'all hear this shit?
There's no problem.
Let's shift to, again, I call it the Dream Bible, call it the knowledge and mysticism of dreams. How does that work? What are you able to do with it? And by the way, I'm asking these questions.
Saladin be speaking on this type of shit.
For entertainment purposes whatsoever. I'm asking these questions to show what's possible. Because I believe that if you know what's possible, that's the first step to be able to do something and go in that direction. What are you able to do with the knowledge and mysticism of dreams? How would it ever be used?
I can influence your dream. I can talk to you while I'm making your dream, creating your dream. I can make sure for you not to remember, or remember according to what I need. I could make you do things through dreams and also use transducing while dreaming.
And how would that be used in application for the right reasons?
Let's say my son is now in Israel. For example, I'm going to give you a stupid example, which was more of a test. And I miss him, and I want to be with him while he's asleep. I can be there physically, without leaving my home, and enjoying my time with him. Come back. You will not remember what happened in most cases. Sometimes they do. And if they do, they think it's a dream. Somebody was really there. I could go into someone's house while they sleep and search the home without being there physically. You understand?
All right, man. I do got to go to Walmart, and I do have some people to see and things to do. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to remind y'all who I am.
Matt May, didn't Jim Jones murder your man and take your clothes out?
Oh, not that one.
Let me say, Mac, I want to salute you. I think that you are an inspiration. I love people like you. I think that your story needs to be told and heard. I absolutely appreciate you sharing and jumping on the panel and having this conversation because I love people like you, bro. I think that you are the backbone of what make people great. And I just want to say I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for sharing your story. I appreciate you for turning your life around. And I love you, man. I love what you're talking about. I love the conversations that what you contributed to the...
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
Right, 6:30 tonight. We'll be on my regular channel, Mac Mean True Story. All stories ain't true, but this one is. Y'all already know, you know what I'm saying? Now, we're not done with the show yet.
Fuck all y'all agents to me. That bitch ass nigga touched me, and he shouldn't have touched me like that, and I whooped that trick. I don't give a fuck, and I beat his ass on camera. Lock me up. I don't give a fuck if he locked me up. Lock me up. He shouldn't have fucking touched me. He violated my space.
Pain! 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 Fuck about snitching. Snitch what? The very next day after I shot Max against the Boston Seacorn, right? I prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please don't let me kill nobody. I left the house. Gets the Boston Seacorn. There's a dude named Javon. Javon's sitting on the bench, talking crazy. He trying to punk the shit out of me. I'm ignoring him. Javon don't realize I could have killed him back in Truman. I was gonna shoot him outside the school. I was waiting for him with the same.
Anyway, 243 votes. 79% of the people say you will still have hip hop without Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they feel. This will be my first and last video about that subject. I don't have nothing else to say about that subject. You know what I'm saying? It's just that
in
simple.
rap fashion.